So, what happened is because I've struggled with wanting to be accepted all of the times, I went to Victoria and I met up with these kids that were like, not the best. Uh, they were not kids that I should have been hanging out with. You know what I mean? Like it was the wrong crowd, and because of that, what happened was I started stealing from Alex, and oh yeah, I think I was past all of that. I ended up going to jail because I was like breaching, and then me and my friend Shannon, we did some stupid. Um, when I was like 14, and I went to jail for a year and a half because of the probation I was on, because of what I did that was stupid, and because of what happened before with Joe. I was in and out of the criminal justice system as a child. From the age of 12, and then I finally got off of probation when I was, I believe, I was, like 17 years old. And then I had a thing where it said, if you get into trouble, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, make a wish. If you get into trouble from now in the adult system, until you are 22 years, so I had 5 years, then you'll get this will show up on your record for the rest of your life. Or if you don't get into trouble, it'll completely disappear and I'll have no record at all. And that's what happened. I stopped getting into trouble when I was 17. I kind of like grew up and got my shit together. And the last time I got into, I had a breach of my probation was so stupid. It was just from like being sick and missing school, so because that was one of my conditions. But anyways, I was in and out of the criminal justice system until I was like 17. But I had an epiphany at 16 when when I got out of jail. I went to this group home called Eat Pray, and I lived there. And I was really, really a naughty kid in the beginning. Like, I did not get along. I was a bit of a shit disturber. And then I realized, like, I had an epiphany one day when I was at jail for, like, after I had ran away from home. And I was sitting there and I was 16. And I was like, I don't like these people. Like, I don't fucking belong here. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what the fuck? And I basically never got in trouble again. I went back to the group home and I was good, and I ended up raising money so I could go to film school. That was a lot of fun. I built a really great relationship with Morag, who's amazing, and I miss her dearly, and I hope that she's doing okay. Like, she dedicated her life to working with people overseas that were like underprivileged, and like, went and like learned languages, like help people. Like, she was fucking incredible. And then I also, oh, that dried out already? No, that's gotta be a different one. Oh, there it is. I, uh, I went to this program in Penticton, and I didn't finish it. I almost finished it. That's like, that was a bit of a theme in my life. Like, I did okay at things, I've kind of always just done okay at things. I've never excelled in anything, except photography. That is like the one thing in my life that I will always love more. Like, it's just my favorite thing in the entire world, and it always will be. So, I moved to Leduc, and in Leduc, I still struggled with like trying to fit in, and like I sabotaged a really beautiful friendship with a lovely woman named Amanda and my friend Amber, and I regret that, and I wish that I could talk to Amber, but I think she has me blocked. But you know what? That's the thing, is sometimes you are the fucking toxic person in a person's story, and unfortunately, those are the mistakes of life, and there's just some things that you cannot go back and change. Like, I can't go back and change that, but all I can do is like recognize it from an adult perspective that I was the person who was in the wrong, and they have the right to not include me in their life. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And that's fucking healthy, man. To like not keep someone in your life just because. It's like, that's like the healthiest shit I've fucking seen, and I commend her for doing that. I lived there until I was 17, and I was like depressed. I was like, didn't shower for like 3 weeks. I was living at my teacher's house. Like, my mom had lost her apartment in Leduc so much. She went to go live with my grandfather, and I loved my grandfather, but he was a bit of a tough cookie, you know. He always but he was so sweet at the end of his life. I regret not spending more time with him. That's one of the things that I regret in life too, you know. I wish that I went to go see him more than I did when he was passing, but I went back out to BC and I lived with my dad when I was 17, and this is when my addiction really started to snowball. Like, I was like told, I actually ran into a Constable Carfentan. He became a detective now. I'm pretty sure he's retired because this was like a long time ago. But he was like, I thought you were gonna end up on the streets and shit. Like, just not yet, Ray. Not yet. I had not reached that point yet. Okay. And so he was like real proud of me because I had a job and shit, and I didn't end up, you know, like my parents, like, you know, in his words. So, I was doing pretty good. Or no, I wasn't. I was really struggling with addiction. And then I got pregnant with my daughter. Ren. My daughter Ren. Sorry, I was thinking of her when she was a child and what I named her. And what I named her is not the name that she goes by. And I work really hard not to dead name her because I respect her decision. Because you know what? If you think of a name, it's like a gift, right? And sometimes you get a gift from somebody and it does not fit you. So you're like, hey, is it okay if I go and change this for something else? And only douchebags are like, nah. And will like continuously call you by the name that they gave you, right? You know, but you have the ability to exchange that gift for something else, and I appreciate that. And I call her by the name Ren now, and that's what it is. So she changed my life. Basically, she fucking, like, in the beginning I was a little immature, I'm not gonna lie. I was a baby having a baby because I was 18 years old, almost 19. And I took a bit to grow up, and then my mother passed away at the age of 23. And when she passed away, I had to grow up. I didn't have anybody to, like, you know, basically drop my shit on and, like, fucking, you know, just, like, no, I couldn't do anything immature anymore. I had nobody to, like, rescue me, you know what I mean? I had to, like, take responsibility for my actions, and, like, that was huge. It was like, holy shit, I genuinely don't have anybody to take advantage of anymore, you know what I mean? And that is the truth. So I fucking got mature, and I went and I got a job in Victoria, like, as an early child educator. After as my mother was passing away, I was in school, and like, I did my best to complete it, which I did, not as, like, well as I could have. Like, I just did okay, but my mother was dying, so I tried to, like, take that into consideration. And I did really well in life from then. Like, I wasn't okay, actually. I was really depressed for a lot of those years. I'm not gonna lie. Like, let's just, like, tell it for what it is. When, I got pregnant with my second child, I gained a lot of weight, and that really affected my mental health because, you know, I grew up in diet culture, and, like, I'm a child of the 90s and the early 2000s, and, like, gaining weight was, like, it was the end of the world, right? Like, you just don't. And because of that, I became really fucking depressed, and then I had another baby, and I'm gonna do a part 3. Just hold on.